Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We rewrite the rules. The countdown has begun. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You gotta push the right button and I'll have it all set up and ready to rock and roll. Welcome to another edition of Throwaway Tuesday. In the United States, the Tuesday after the first Monday of November is designated as the day for the peasants to decide on those we want to represent us in the U.S. House and Senate, as well as the president. Why Tuesday, you ask?
Why Tuesday?
Why Tuesday? Do you ask? Are you want to know why?
I'm asking.
Why
Why
they pick
Tuesday?
Tuesday? Well,
They figure everybody's sober by then?
seems that a majority of our congressmen back in 1845 thought this would be appropriate, as it would give a day after Sunday in case some travel time was needed to get to a polling place. We think about, we just drive from here to there, no big deal. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes at the most. Imagine in the 3rd District in Onslow County alone, having to travel to perhaps one polling place in Jacksonville to vote in 1845. No cars. You got a speed buggy? Yeah, 1 mile per hour. 20 to 30 miles and back. Could be an all-day event. And since, by my account, Tuesdays are good for not much else, it's the perfect day to vote. That said, our friends and fellow voters, it's up to us this year to make a difference. Get off of your dead butts. Whoops. Get off of your dead butts. You know how to vote. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown, and this is Live and Local with very real talk. And as long as we don't hit the wrong buttons, we're counting on y'all to sound off this morning on something. 910-333-0139. Yep.
This is
catch up.
Good morning. I'm Lee Barrels, and welcome to Live and Local. You were talking about elections. I do want to say before I forget it right now that the Board of Elections in Onslow County is meeting today.
Yay.
And they should be updating their website. Of course, we all know, though it's not listed, early voting starts October 15th. But I was told last night.
What's October 15th?
That's early voting starts.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I was told last night, there will be 5 locations open for early voting here in Onslow County. But the Board of Elections will not be one of those.
Or they just don't want the traffic there, right?
And
that's going to be odd.
It's such a great place,
I wonder why they did that.
I don't know.
They got parking that's off the road, it's out of the way.
But I'm also understanding that the possible replacement for that location
is right here at the studio.
Will be 17 South in the Plum Point area.
I don't even know where
across
that is.
From the air station. Across from Marine Corps Air Station, over on your right, 17
Isn't
going
that
south.
Where the Republican headquarters is located?
That's where they used a building over there. No, it hasn't. Now, if they get the same headquarters, that'll be on 17, but they're talking about in the shopping center, behind Toby's.
While you're there.
Toby's. While you're there.
Save a buck.
Stop at Food Line, go have a drink at Toby's, and then go vote. Well, maybe you should vote first.
You should do the other way around.
Yes. But that's the scoop I got last night. So I have someone that's supposed to send me some information later.
Are the performers going to be red, white, and blue?
The performers? They could be wearing stars with their
outfits.
Mm-hmm. As long as the stars are in the right place.
Will they have 50 stars?
I don't know. I'm already getting. I'm already getting a text on this. I'm in trouble. All right, I'm already getting a text. What does it say? I know who it's. Oh,
it says shut up, right?
Oh, it's a picture of somebody sent me a picture of Michael Watley. He's on Fox News.
Oh, okay.
Right now. Okay, tune in to Fox News.
No, not now. Watch it later.
Yeah.
You're busy right now.
Well, I'm not going to say where, but he'll be in town this week. So, so
Why aren't you going to say where?
I'm not going to say where right now
Why not?
because when I'm ready to say where, I'll let you know. Now, I will say that the Watley campaign has been besieged by protesters.
Besieged.
You know, like he goes to have a function somewhere.
Why?
Because some people just think that by going out and yelling and screaming in front of a particular location that they're going to change the voters' minds. I don't know. I don't know why they do it.
I'm trying to understand. If you're gonna go out and scream and raise Cain in front of some, I would pick somebody who's one of those radical, either left or right. I don't see Michael Watley as being radical either anything.
No.
So that is odd.
Well,
whatever.
But his campaign has had some issues with people doing that.
Mm-hmm.
My button keeps coming undone. This is one where the dog chewed half of it.
One of those.
It's at the bottom, guys. He chewed half of it off.
The dog?
The dog did. Well, he chewed another one off, but thank goodness I had replacements for it. So he's a handful.
I never did, not from day one, respect, and I certainly didn't like the guy who is now known as the has been FBI Director James Comey.
Yeah.
I never liked him. I considered him a political hack and wondered why newly elected President Donald Trump kept him on board in 2017 when he took office. Why? The tradition with that position, for you folks who do not know, the tradition with that position, after the first director, J. Edgar Hoover, who remained in office as the director until he died, he was the first director when the FBI was officially formed. And he stayed there till he, quote,
till he what?
Died.
Oh, unalived?
The tradition was that the directors would serve at the pleasure of POTUS, yes,
Right.
but for up to 10 years, no more lifers. Okay, so they would serve up to 10 years. The idea was you would not just serve one person if you serve 10 years. There's no way, because even if you serve 2 terms,
That's only 8.
you're going to have, you could serve actually under 3 if you serve 10 years. If, one term, and then the beginning of somebody else's term, you can serve 3 different presidents.
Right.
But that was the idea. That way it was hoped that politics would be removed from the position. Another pipe dream, of course, gone awry. Comey was not a professional G-man. Do you know what what G stood for in G-man? Government man. He was not a professional government man.
Right.
The directors who actually served as either brick agents under the FBI, these are the guys who actually get out and working the streets. They work the bricks, they walk the bricks, whatever. They're brick agents, or they were other law enforcement officers. That's where the directors should be coming from. That doesn't happen. Almost never. I can think of only one other time, but there may be others. Trump learned the hard way. During the 2016 election, with an investigation ongoing into Hillary Clinton's shenanigans, nothing to do with Trump, Hillary's shenanigans, Comey, who was not the U.S. Attorney General, he held a news conference and he outlined, and I was watching it live, he outlined multiple elements that showed enough probable cause that a blind man would have been able to present a case to the grand jury seeking an indictment for Hillary. It was a clear-cut, I said, hallelujah, somebody has finally got the job and done the deed. But in the final sentence, with everyone, including Comey, assured that Clinton was going to be elected that year, that then FBI director said he would not recommend an indictment. Shocking just about everybody who followed the case. It's not traditional, and it's certainly not standard procedure for the FBI director to make recommendations about prosecutions. That belongs to the Attorney General. The Bureau investigates, then turns their results of the investigation without a news conference over to the Attorney General. Well, the case dissolved. Comey, no doubt, felt great about serving Clinton until election night rolled around. What have I done now? I have done screwed up. But the political hack that he is, he managed to hang on. Trump did not dump him right away. Bad mistake. A lot was made of his conversation with Comey after the election as to whether he could expect loyalty from the man. I'm telling you, I worked with a lot of people. I was their boss, okay? I hired them and I fired them. I worked with them. I did whatever had to be done. I did not hire somebody that was not going to be loyal to me. If they went behind my back, they got fired. They would have been fired. I never had anybody do it.
That's the way it should be. I mean, you're hired for a job. You have to.
If I go to work for Mayola Milk Company, I'm sorry, and I'm a driver out there, and I'm bad mouthing Mayola Milk Company, I'm going to get fired. I should be.
You should be.
That's just the way it is.
That's right.
Okay, so now you're familiar with the great seashell debacle at Emerald Isle, right here in North Carolina. Comey on vacation there. I think he was on vacation or extended vacation or whatever.
He has a friend that owns a beach cottage there.
He arranged some seashells, picked them out, and he with the seashells, he formed 86 and 47. With 86 widely known to represent kill or eliminate. There's going to be argument there, and there is now, but I will explain it to you because they're full of baloney. AI is making excuses. 47 referencing Trump as being the 47th president.
Right.
Monday, yesterday in federal court right here in North Carolina, Comey claimed it was a political statement, not a threat.
Oh, so
he said it's a political statement, not a threat. Comey's lawyers argue the government cannot prove the Instagram photo of seashells constituted a true threat against the president, who fired Comey in 2017. Well, there's probable cause already. You got fired. I mean, there's evidence there. You got fired, and you put this out there. Well, maybe they can't prove it. Personally, I don't think Comey has the brass to threaten anyone with physical violence. I think he's a wussy. There you go. You said it nicely, and I wasn't.
That's right.
He's a mouthpiece, and that's the best one. Best thing you can say. Not a very good one. As far as being an attorney, the fictional character Perry Mason's actor would have been better, with one hand tied behind his back, with no law degree. Doesn't mean his actions are not actionable. The prisons are full of dumb crooks. We talk about them every day.
Stupid is, stupid does, yes.
The one thing that all dumb crooks have in common is that they're all dumb, and they do stupid things.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting to note that Comey in Monday's proceedings finally admitted that he made a political statement. This is what he's using as a defense.
Okay.
It was just a political statement. Okay, so you've been political all along, have you?
Yes.
So that's what he has. That is the whole. That to me, that says a whole lot right there. So he is now officially convicted, as far as I'm concerned, of being nothing but a political hack.
So now he's admitting that he actually did it, but it was a political statement.
A political statement.
No, it was stupid, Comey. It was stupid.
And you're smart. You should be. You got a law degree, dude. You should be a lot smarter than that. Now let's go back to 86 for just a second.
Well, real quick, had he been FBI director and somebody else had done that and it was presented to him?
Yeah. Okay. How about if somebody had made a threat had made that statement against the FBI director? His name was James Comey at the time, and said, I'm going to 86 you. How would the FBI director, who is very knowledgeable of how the mob walks and talks,
right?
The mob walks and talks about 86ing people. You know where there are a couple of areas. 86 originally came about in 1930-ish, whatever, around restaurants and stuff, because when they had bad customers, they 86 and they kicked them out. Mostly the Italianos, 86, that dude, get him out of here.
Did they conquer
him? Get him out of here. No, not that way. But then they just moved them on. But there's also the words 8 and 6 that came about. We're going to take him 8 miles out of here and bury him 6 feet deep. That was one of the interpretations that was attributed to 86. In mob and general American slang, according to the internet stuff, 86, one of the definitions says 86 means to, their words, get rid of, throw out, or kill someone. Throw them out of your restaurant, get rid of them, or kill them. I've heard it for years. And 86 meant to, it's kind of like take him out. What do you mean take him out? Take him out. What do you 86? Take him out? It's like taking him to the train station, y'all. You're going to 86 him and dump him in the train station.
That's right. Or the stream.
Or the Gulf Stream. Mm-hmm. That basically is what it means. Now, how would the FBI director or ex-FBI director interpret it? How would any police officer interpret it?
Well, okay, first of all,
right
we know what 86 means, and we know what the 47 means. And we know that Comey knows what it means because he's already admitted it now.
But he's backpedaling.
But, the whole thing about it is, of all people, he should have known better. I mean, if he wants to take a little picture on his phone, make a little thing, but to post it publicly, that was stupid.
When you're doing that.
Stupid. And so I missed court yesterday. Darn.
I don't know how long it was. It's probably just a quick hearing, and I don't even know whether he was there or not. I assume he was. I don't know. I just saw the summation of it.
I would have gone.
Whatever. Golly.
I mean, you don't
have a leg to stand on, Trump. I mean, Comey. You just. If I talk about going out, I'm going to 80. That dude there.
Ray said,
on our property, I'm going to 86 your butt.
Ray said, please, such language. My cats are listening. And I said, wussy.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Ray. Cover the letter is. Oh,
whatever.
It had to be cracking there.
Well, and speaking of, you know what deep sixing is?
Yes.
What does it mean?
Throwing it away. Deep six.
Deep six is the deep six is actually generally aboard sailing vessels or ships or whatever when they bury them at sea.
Right.
They
throw them out.
The deep six.
Deep six. That just sounds terrible.
Yeah, well, they do. I mean, burying them at sea, they put them in. And they deep six. Now, when in slang, when we talk about deep sixing somebody, it's kind of like they're going to be sleeping with the fishes. Concrete shoes.
We'll go for a boat ride.
You're going to take a half of a boat ride there and not back. Well, all right. Speaking of deep six, let's go to the marine forecast.
Oh yes, let's go to the forecast. We have some weather.
Got a little low pressure system moving in ahead of a stronger low with an attached cold front coming through later today. This is going to be one of those days.
Right.
It's producing elevated winds. They're going to kick up a little bit. Right now, they're calm everywhere. And seas and an increased risk of thunderstorms. Go figure. High pressure moves back in sometime Wednesday with a reduced risk of thunderstorms. Today, out to 60 nautical miles, southwesterly winds 5, increasing to 15 to 20 this afternoon. Seas 2 to 3 feet. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 20 to 25 knot winds. Did you hear me today? 5 to 10. Tomorrow, increasing 20 to 25.
Rock and roll.
Diminishing to 10 to 15. So it's going to be down. Seas 4 to 6 feet today, 2 to 3. A chance of thunderstorm showers mainly in the morning. Northwesterly winds Thursday 5 to 10. Seas 3 to 4. Go fishing today before the afternoon. Go fishing again on Thursday. We'll talk about the weekend tomorrow.
Okay, and today partly sunny with a high near 93. Heat index values as high as 103. Light southwest wind increasing to 6 and 11 miles per hour in the morning. Winds could gust as high as 21. Tonight, straight from the National Weather Service, scattered strong to severe thunderstorms will be possible late this afternoon and tonight ahead of, that's good, of a cold front. Damaging wind gusts are expected to be the primary hazard with a few tornadoes. Hail and locally heavy rain is possible as well. low of 73. Now I said, all this is possible.
Oh.
So be alert. Have your weather radio on.
Yes.
Wednesday, sunny with a high near 91. And Thursday, sunny with a high near 90. I'm loving the temperature drops.
Yeah.
This morning, 69. I was like,
Don't get used to it.
where's my sweater?
Yeah.
I loved it.
The weather, they had some tornadoes up in Wisconsin yesterday.
Yes,
wasn't it?
terrible. Terrible.
So, it was, wow. Normally it's because of temperature changes and stuff like that.
Right.
But, that generally occurs in the spring, but when you get some low pressure systems up and down, moving around, temperature dropping, and
Yes.
whatever, that's.
And our spring was quiet coming in. I remember springs were every afternoon severe thunderstorms. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. Well,
Crazy.
generally you can always think about it. Afternoon showers and thunderstorms between mid-June and
Right,
mid-September, when things start to cool down just a little bit. Okay, let's get along here. Here locally,
Locally,
where
yes.
our fellow hem bones,
Our weather spotters.
our weather spot
Our
hem
weather.
bones. Okay.
Weather.
Award over at Cedar Point this morning. It was 74 degrees there, 96% humidity, 29.85 inches of mercury. Had a light breeze out of the southwest, around 2 to 3. He had about a half inch of rain. His rain gauge fell over.
That's
He
not
was
good.
estimating he had it. Lee, to my immediate left here, over in the woodlands off Gubratch Road, had 69 degrees, 96% humidity, 29.79 inches of mercury, and falling.
Mm-hmm.
No wind. It was calm. 1.29 inches of rain.
I had a
She
gully.
had a gully washer.
Well, look, I
Wow.
was sitting inside Golden Corral when it hit. When I got home, you could tell it rained.
Well, I'll bet you could. It
Rained hard.
lawnmower was floating by. Richard in Jones County this morning, 70 degrees, 100% humidity, 29.78 inches of mercury, and falling. You can see 4.8 miles. That's his visibility. Northwesterly wind at 1 and 0.16 inch of rain. He had a little bit of rain, not a whole lot. Lee, our back swamp Lee,
Excellent.
out there in the back swamp area, he's a mountain boy and he's a back swamp guy, right? From the hills of West Virginia all the way down here to the swamps of Onslow County. 68 degrees, 99% humidity, 29.72 inches of mercury, also falling. No wind, 0.01 inch of rain. He had a trace of rain. Joe in the Burrows, 71 degrees, 99% humidity, 29.78 inches of mercury, calm, and 0.07 inch of rain. Joe also checked in from Emerald Isle, 75 degrees there, 96% humidity. And he said the waves were kind of small. He said they were calm, but just a little bit
Let's take a
bumpier.
look at the surf.
84 degrees in the water, 84 degree water temperature there at the pier. That's warm. Southerly winds, very calm, but there's some light ones out of the south. No rain at Emerald Isle. Michael up in Cruz, Virginia, 73 degrees, cloudy and very humid. Randy on his golf cart riding around Southwest Community. If you see him out there, wave and blow your horn. 69 degrees, 99% humidity, 29.77 inches of mercury, calm, and 0.19 inch of rain. Ken at Onslow Bay, 70.7 degrees, 90% humidity. He said his grass is very, very happy. He's got some happy grass. 0.5, a half inch of rain, and it was calm there as well. Dale checked in from Riverbend, 69 degrees, 99% humidity, 29.71 inches of rain. It was calm and 0.17 inch of rain, 29.71 inches of mercury, not rain, at the barometer. Calm and 0.17 inch of rain in the rain gauge. Brian in the Burrows, 71.2 degrees, 98% humidity, 29.61 inches of mercury. No wind, and he had only a trace of rain, 0.01 inches. Had a gentleman traveling through here this morning. He's
John,
he's out of Beetleville.
John.
John?
He said John.
Thought he said Don.
I believe he said John.
Mm.
Anyway, John.
John.
Yeah.
DJ. We'll call him just DJ.
Yeah, there you go. I like that
Anyway,
DJ.
from Beetleville, traveling through Richlands this morning. He said it was patchy fog there.
Right.
His destination right down the street here from us on Piney Green Road. I'm not going to tell you his line of work, but he was working. He was on the job.
Well, I'm checking out the surf cam right
He wasn't
now.
86ing anybody there.
I'm checking out the surf cam at Surf City right now, and I have the pier here. I put the link on our page. So far, I see one surfer in the water, and he's just sitting on his board. There's no waves.
Ripple
And
rider. He's waiting for the girls. The surfer girls.
there's
to show
a
up,
couple
right?
people on the pier, but
Do you
other
mean
than
nobody
that,
catching any fish?
I don't see much of anything. Let's see if I can get Hatteras up here. Let's go to Kitty Hawk. Let's go to Kitty Hawk. See what Kitty Hawk looks like. Oh, he's beautiful.
Mhm.
It looks like it's dark. Why is it dark? Kitty Hawk.
Because the picture, the camera is probably.
Oh, it's
set up.
not live. That's
Well,
why.
that would be one reason.
Yeah, it says live. It says live. It
Well,
does.
see, the problem is when you got a camera and it's aimed
Yeah,
towards
we
the
know.
sun, it irises down,
yes.
makes everything look good.
All right, North Topsail. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, there's somebody running on the pier. It's a kid. And other than that, I don't know.
Take your child
Just
fishing.
like-
It's always fun. Take a kid fishing.
Right.
Early morning out there on the piers is wonderful.
Yes, there's
I'd go out about 3:00 because you have a lot of good times out
There's
there.
hardly anybody on the pier. Let's check out MRO. EI. They have one. Oh, that would be Bogue.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, there's some people right here on the pier fishing. Look at there. It's a guy in an orange shirt. A guy carrying a backpack. Everybody get off the pier. Quick.
Run.
Oh my gosh. Let me see. Well, they have them all right here. I can't find Bogue there.
We made news again.
What
Oslo
now?
County.
Oh no.
23-year-old Dylan Warburton of Hubert
Oh,
arrested and
yeah.
charged with making threats to carry out a mass shooting at East Carolina University. What are you thinking?
You know, can I say something before you read the story? This guy did not care about everything leading back to him because, go ahead.
Yep. He's not a student at ECU, make that perfectly clear, but police there said he posted a threat
Dumb.
under the university's Instagram account last week. Oslo deputies arrested him on a charge of communicating a threat of mass violence. When the deputies located him in Hubert and told him why they wanted to talk with them, he started to pull away so he could run away. That effort was quickly brought to a halt. He was jailed under $11,000 bond. Here's the thing. Warburton was arrested just a few months ago on a charge. He's out on bail on a charge of cyber stalking and sending threatening texts to a woman,
Good Lord.
including photographs of bullets and a gun right here in Oslo County. I suspect that whoever's on that bond may come off that bond.
He's on a secured bond right now?
I don't know what kind of bond, but if he's got a bondsman, whatever the original charge was, I suspect that whoever's holding that bond, I come off of it.
What struck me about this story was that he was so blatant about what he was doing.
Duh.
And Tom Duty, are you listening? ECU? Because Tom picked up a professorship job there.
He's a prof.
He's now Professor Tom.
He's a professional professor.
But congratulations, Tom. But think about it. This kid was just like telling the whole
He's
world,
23
hey,
years old.
I'm threatening you.
He's just an overgrown kid at 23.
And they say that he was like threatening, like it was going to be another Columbine shooting.
Maybe he was just not. He was just making a political statement.
Okay, Raven.
I'm
going to use it.
I can hear the future defenses coming out. Right, Your Honor, it was just because I told them to give me all the money and I had a gun. It was just a political statement.
Ma'am, do you know why I stopped you? No, officer, you were speeding. Oh, no, I was just making a political statement.
Yeah.
That's going to be my excuse for everything now.
Oh, God, help us.
Making a political statement.
I hope that
He's
everybody sees through that BS.
So, well, you know what surprises me is that he's actually admitting to doing it.
Yes.
I would just keep saying, no, I was walking along the beach and I saw it and took a picture of it. Who's going to prove different?
That's it.
Unless there's cameras on a beach house somewhere.
No, I doubt it. No.
You never know.
He's down there. He could still say it was right. It was laid right there. And I just written down and
It's so stupid.
whatever.
That's like, I'm not even going to use examples because nothing can come close.
No, it's duh. This is the case of duhs.
Oh my!
That mass shooting
gosh.
events in Seattle over the weekend
So
left
sad.
3 people dead, 4 wounded, and a freaking 15-year-old punk kid. They arrested him in jail. He's not the only one there. They're looking for another.
Yes.
A teenager, according to investigators, is responsible for the brutal murders of 3 people, the wounding of 4 others, and for what? We got a caller. Who's it?
Chris Marks.
Christopher. Let me find the microphone for you. There you go. Hey, Chris.
Well, soon I was told I had the face for radio.
Well, good. You're coming back.
Yes, I am.
Good.
Very shortly.
Yeah,
But what a
good.
great lead-in Lee gave me on this, by talking about this story and making a political statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had the pleasure, Kathy and I did last night, to talk to the Youngsville County Republican GOP.
Did you? Were you in enemy territory? Do you feel like you were? Were all
my
eyes on
goodness,
you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I was in happy place yesterday. We were, the meeting was at Golden Corral.
Mm-hmm. That's a happy place for me. Wherever that goes.
It was
Yum, yum.
good fried chicken last night.
The
Sure.
question would be, Rayford, when we got there, it was sheets of rain.
Mhm.
Would you walk through that? Would you walk through that rain
Well, you
to get something?
you cooled down and cleaned up. Not a problem.
Well, anyway, we got a chance to talk to the Youngsville County Republican GOP about our favorite subject, Reefs Across America,
Mhm.
besides live and local real talk. And the Youngsville County Republican GOP gave Reefs Across America $1,000.
Oh, wow.
Local group. Our local group, your local group.
Yay.
The one I did get to
Okay.
mention, live and local real talk.
Can I issue a challenge then? I want to challenge the Democrats to do the same thing. They're an official organization.
Mm-hmm.
Come on out, boys and girls,
Yeah.
ladies.
There you go. The
Okay.
gauntlet has been laid down, but Lee was very helpful. She gave a few stories. Some,
You know I'm going to open my mouth. You know it's coming.
Duct tape works.
well, there's just some things about someone's storied history of jobs, but
Yes.
it was great to hear some of the story that Lee was telling about how
The year Laura Trump got
cemetery-
involved, and it's the only year we've been able to
Yeah.
cover the entire cemetery along with the Jacksonville City Cemetery
Mhm.
and parts of Onslow on 258. Yeah, we did.
I just, the show is it is part of our group. And they try to make a point that the show backs us. The Women's Republican Party backs this group.
Good.
And it's all about the veterans. And these people at that meeting, especially Laura's children,
Oh, really?
yes, they were there. They led.
Do they talk like
and
Fran?
Lee-
too?
No,
I'm sorry, Ingrid.
Do they
No,
talk like
they
Fran,
don't.
like Laura does?
no.
No, oh no. But
Sure.
I got to tell you, they were right in front of us, in front of me, Kathy and I, when we were doing the Pledge of Allegiance. I got to tell you, you want to talk about being proud of 2 young little guys. They were the loudest ones in there
Oh, wow.
saying the Pledge of Allegiance. They led, one of her sons led it, but they were both the loudest ones in the room saying the Pledge of Allegiance, like
And-
they meant it.
And they knew the words.
And they knew the words.
Yay.
You still have to educate everybody, though, on the proper way to say it.
Oh, somebody got to take a breath every now and then. When we get older, we don't have the same
Look, I had to learn.
capacity for our lungs that you have.
Well, it's saving you a breath by not putting the pause in where people put the pause in and it's not supposed to be.
I need the
Anyway,
pause.
go
I need
ahead.
the pause.
Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry. You know. Go ahead.
One nation.
Hey,
under
hey,
God.
One nation under God.
That's what I
Not
just said.
one nation, pause, under God is wrong.
I need to take the
You
pause
said it
because
right. One nation under
If
God.
I'm going to start in the middle of the pledge, I can do that. One nation
I'm glad
under
you
God.
started all this, Chris.
There's always liberty and justice for all. No, it was great. And the also Men's Republican Party, we're going to be speaking with them next Thursday night.
Yes.
Same place, same time, in case you want to.
Want some food?
Want some food. But it was just a great experience to be there. And their generous donation just really touched our hearts. And the women's club has us on the schedule to speak with them as well. I just want to thank everybody because we still are raising funds, and we are still short at Oslo Memorial Cemetery. We're short at the Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery. No times are hard, but I'd like to remind everybody this. If you look around your house, you'll find $17 in change somewhere.
Go to your car and your couch.
Yeah.
The laundry room for me.
Oh, okay. You're the only one laundry you do.
I throw
when
it.
I do the
I take it out of my pockets and throw it in the coin jar.
My wife
It's not
takes it
worth
out of
breaking in for people, but I'm just saying.
Robbie just takes it out of the washer after she washes it, all the stuff that I leave in the
Done that too.
pockets.
Poor Chris. Go
Grenades.
ahead, Chris. You were calling for what?
No. These are all good stories because when I do the laundry, I go through the pockets. And if it's money, it goes into Reach Across America.
Right.
And I'll always find money. Whether with Kathy or I leave it in our jeans or whatever, shorts. But just want to thank everybody who continues to contribute. We do have a fundraiser coming up August 8th that is already filled up. It's booked full of people that wanted to contribute to Reach Across America.
Okay, so
Have some fun.
key word here, key stuff, information. How can they contribute to Wreaths Across America? Your telephone number now, please.
910-389-8698.
Okay, we'll post that again on Facebook if you want to contribute. Now, this is a legitimate number. You don't have to worry about it. Even if Chris is busy. Is your voicemail clear now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm clear.
Good. I have to clean mine out periodically.
But they can also call Kathy at 910-548-6669.
Just call her the Colonel.
Yeah. But we're going to have an event coming up in October. Of course, I'll be back on the show by then. And the wreath laying day this year is December 19th, so it's real close to Christmas.
Oh, yeah, a week away.
And looking at the faces of some of the people in there in the meeting last night, I go back to that for a second. Wyatt Gable was there, or House Representative. There was a judge there.
Jonathan Naylor.
Thank you, Lee.
My
Lee knows
neighbor.
these people by their first
My
name.
neighbor.
Wyatt, I knew. I saw Wyatt walk in very quietly
Yes.
and then hid behind a wall, I think. So Lee had to get Laura's attention to say, somebody else.
He's the thin man. He can hide behind a column.
Well, I was sitting in that chair, but it had odor over there. That's why they had all the fans on when I came in, and I was like, no, I'm not sitting here. I'm not sitting here. I'm sorry, Chris. Once again, I'm running my mouth. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. But the looks on a lot of the faces there,
Yes.
that they just didn't realize the history of where our veterans are buried here in Oslo County. Christine Carter won because she took a wild guess, I think.
Well, I knew the answer, but I didn't want to take.
Well, I know you did, but the question was, where was the first deceased military veteran buried in Oslo County? Now, the men's president he technically was right. He said in the ground, but we were looking for
A little more specific. Yeah.
a little more specific. And just real quick history is the Veterans Cemetery, Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery, was not open until 1994, December of 94. Before that, all the veterans buried here in Onslow County are at Onslow Memorial Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Rayford, you're familiar with
I am.
there, and that opened in 1954.
Yeah.
So for 40 years, many of the veterans were buried at Onslow Memorial, and they're still there.
Yep.
And we're going to have another ceremony there this year. Rayford, you already offered your talents for the system.
We'll have a PA system that's going to be working.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, it's just those people in there are so wonderful, and everybody that has contributed. I will let you know that on our website, on my Facebook page, personal page, and that's the sunset or sunrise, depending if you're a morning or a late evening person, is your name stays on there all year round. Not that you're doing it for your name, but it recognizes the people of Onslow County who give from their hearts. It means a lot to us, as you two do, because you've been behind us from the very beginning.
Okay.
So,
well, we like to push the operation here. It is Wreaths Across America, but it is you. We as a member of this team and a member of the Wreaths Across America team. I mean, you kind of like the ramrod here. You and Kathy, you do the yeoman's work, as they say, and get out there and get her all done. You got to get her done.
We appreciate it, but we are all one team,
Mm-hmm.
and as the post on Facebook will say, it always says in capital letters, we and our group.
That's good. Well, that's good.
So,
Looking forward to getting you back in here. So let's give us a date. Is it going to be this Friday or the following Friday?
I believe it'll be a week from Monday.
Well, a week from
I
yesterday.
can work things out. A week from yesterday.
So next Monday.
Good Lord willing, the creeks don't rise.
Okay, they're not going to rise. We're not going to let them.
All right.
No hurricanes on the maps. Good.
Oh, sounds good.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, sir.
See y'all soon.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
It's a great cause, Wreaths Across America. We did a good job as in Onslow County. I'm talking about not we here, but Onslow County. You guys turned out. We done good. Last year which was the first time that the Onslow Memorial Park was included in this event. And I don't know why it wasn't before, but anyway, Chris and Kathy got on board, and there's Darcy Blues. And I think they expected, 10% is what they say for the first year the graves are covered is what the people at Wreaths Across America. I mean, there was 50% or more.
Well, this whole thing started, and
let's roll.
It was explicitly for veteran cemeteries, and that's what the whole thing is about. Chris and Kathy have branched out to include Onslow Memorial Gardens, and which is a great thing, because there are people that have their veterans buried there.
It was basically
and they want a reef too.
Part of it was dedicated
Right.
to the veterans way back in the 50s.
Well, this whole thing was started by a gentleman by the last name of Wooster, and believe me, I asked them explicitly the time I called them up there, how do you say this last name? Because it's spelled like Worcestershire sauce, but she said
Worcester.
it's Wooster.
Worcester, probably.
So she said it's Wooster. It's like rooster, but with a W, because I could never say the name right. So it's Wooster. It's weird, but it's spelled WORCEST, but it's Wooster.
I think, isn't there a place in Rhode Island, say maybe Worcester, Rhode Island, or
I don't know.
Somebody's going to call me and let me know.
I don't know, but anyway, and
veterans. I wonder if that. Are you familiar with that? Right there, as you turn off of Railroad Street, going toward on Old Bridge Street, as you make the turn there, right behind Biagio's, but on the opposite side, that little raised area there, where they have flags.
Yes,
where there are a number of veterans buried there, right?
I don't know exact.
I think they're from the Civil War.
I've never looked, but I'm going to have to stop by there
We
now.
need to check that
Yeah,
out.
because my sister and I like to visit sites like that.
Uh-huh.
That's like the very over there on Mumford Landing, where the veteran cemetery is at. When you first go in the gates, the very first part of it are real old graves
Right.
that were moved off the base.
Yes.
And we went look. I took thousands of pictures, but we were reading the headstones, and a lot of them were Civil War era and veterans and stuff like that. So, but yeah, here in Onslow County, we do our very best to look out for all our veterans.
And for you folks, we have a lot of veterans who are interned here, in cemeteries here.
Mm-hmm.
They have no people in the area.
That's right.
I mean, a lot of folks are, in the cemeteries, you got relatives around. But these are folks who, their relatives, the closest relatives, maybe in California. I mean, they were as veterans,
Right.
but because they were veterans, and this is where they chose, or it was chosen for them.
Whenever
But
others,
they have nobody looking out for their graves.
yeah, it's really sad because I've worked there other than the year that we had complete coverage, and that was crazy how all that happened. And Lord Trump actually got involved. But all the other years to even be short 50 or 100 is heartbreaking.
Just looks.
And for a family member that goes out there later to visit and see it and then come upon their loved one without a wreath, it's heartbreaking for them. I've had phone calls before saying, my dad didn't get one.
Yeah, but everybody. I mean, it's $17. I mean,
Yes.
You what, one big meal, one Happy Meal,
Right.
and 2 Cokes or something.
Well, right
Whatever.
now it's like one Happy
Or
Meal.
half a Happy Meal.
It's ridiculous, the
So-
cost of a hamburger
whatever.
these days.
All right, let's go back to this Seattle thing.
Real quick, let me
Yes.
tell you that Steve, one of our listeners, different Steve, said Worcester, Massachusetts.
Worcester.
Whatever it is, he said Massachusetts.
One of those places up
There you
yonder.
go. Thank you, Steve.
Worcester, Massachusetts,
Yeah,
I think
but
is the way it is. Rhode Island, Massachusetts, all those places.
Right,
They blend
right.
together. They look alike, right?
Well, I've been Massachusetts before. It's
Well,
beautiful on the coast.
Mm-hmm.
All right, getting back
to Seattle.
to Seattle.
They arrested a kid, 15 years old. He's in jail. He, according to the cops, he's the one who is one of 2 people responsible for the brutal killings of 3 people and wounding of 4 others on Saturday, over the weekend. They were at a big festival, a food festival. Lots of them, thousands of people there.
Just,
These people were not the targets. They were in the middle of crossfire, the bullets flying from 2 different punks that were shooting at each other.
punks. You're right. Punks.
Police are still looking for the second guy. Official charges are pending the full report. Don't wait too long. The liberal pukes will try to get him released from jail so he can get away. He's a teenager. He's 15 years old. The preliminary investigation indicates the 2 shooters belong to 2 different factions. They call them factions in Seattle. They're polite. We call them gangs. We call them what they are. And they had a beef with each other. The 2 gangs did. So these 2 guys get out there with guns and start shooting at each other. Amazing, the victims were innocent bystanders. A 19-year-old, he may or may not have been the innocent bystander. He, according to police, he could be the other shooter. Don't know. A 44-year-old man, they both of those died on the scene. A 56-year-old woman. A 56-year-old woman taken to the hospital where she died. The others who were wounded are expected to recover. The tragedy, as we discussed yesterday, unfolded at the Seattle Food Festival. What do they call it? Seattle Bright or something like that? Bright Food. It just makes you want to slap people when they do this kind of stuff. There are 3 people dead. 2 of them are definitely innocent. 1 we don't know about. And then 4 others wounded. because they go to a food festival and two idiot teenagers with guns, shot each other and they both went down. Okay. That's bad, but you're okay. You're willing participants in the event. But for innocent people to get caught up in this, shame, shame, shame. Now track the gun. Track the guns, guys. Find the source of the guns. Go after whoever made the arrangements and put them away. Charge them all with murder.
Well, it's Raver. It's just like in California last week. A 73-year-old woman, Rachel Summers, a new grandma and store manager, was stabbed 11 times while picking up her paycheck at the mall. Tyler Lebuilt, 19, confessed to the attack, describing it as a planned, random act of violence. He just picked her.
Just because.
He just picked her, and he had already previously purchased knives and considered other targets before attacking her. But here she was going to the mall, pick up her paycheck, and she was a random victim. This guy just decided, I'm going to stab somebody today. Stabbed her 11 times, killed her. I mean,
just kill him. Should have killed him on the spot, but that's beside the point. A family of 8.
that.
A family of 8, all dead. Happened in Ottawa County, Michigan. 6 children and their mother shot to death.
Yes.
Investigators believe the husband and father first shot his family to death, then walked around the house setting fires, multiple fires. Then he killed himself, they think. 47-year-old Christopher Carol Courteous, I don't know, is believed to have gone from room to room setting multiple fires after he had killed his wife and the kids. They were all apparently shot before he started setting the fires. The children ranged in age from 5 to 15. 2 of those kids were adopted. I mean, this family had to be really nice. The mom had just gotten back from a trip to China with one of the kids, one of the girls, took them over there. They're a nice family. They look like a nice family.
Well, I was watching
40-something and 39. What is wrong?
One of the YouTubers, somebody was broadcasting live from the fire, and they were showing the house on fire. But at that time, they did not know that the actual occupants had been shot and killed before the fire was set. They didn't know at the time. But I did see the house fire. But
no motive has been established, but the investigation is ongoing. What are just an absolute, complete, 100% total waste
well, that's
of humanity.
I watched yesterday the opening day for the Lindsay Clancy trial. This is out of Massachusetts. I don't know why everything is out of Massachusetts, or if it's not California, but she's accused of killing her 3 children, strangling them.
That's sick.
And then she climbed up to the second floor, or she went up to the second floor. She killed them in the basement. Then she went up to the second floor bedroom window and jumped out the window after slicing her throat and her wrist.
Did she die?
And no, but she's now paraplegic. She is paralyzed from the sternum down. But Rayford, I would normally say lock her up, put her away for life. But this, I'm trying to keep an open mind on because this is very interesting. She started having some psychological problems and she was a nurse in labor and delivery,
Oh, great.
She started going to doctors, and this doctor would prescribe her this, and then another doctor would prescribe her that. She was on 13 different drugs for bipolar, for antidepressants, for this and this and this. Now, was she overdrugged? Was she not getting the proper care that she should? I mean, she was completely mental with all this happening.
What did the doctors, were they aware of what each other was doing? Did she share it? How did she get the meds? Were they at the hospital, or were they just handed to her, given to her, prescribed, but handed to her by the doctors without each doctor knowing what the others were doing?
Well, according to the defense, because he got up and gave opening statements yesterday, and they've got stuff showing that she'd been to some doctors who said you're over medicated, but then ended up writing her a prescription to take the place of another thing. I don't know. This is going to, I have to keep an open mind because those babies are dead, but I have to keep an open mind that maybe the system let her down. Maybe she was over, and maybe this medicine was counteracting with this one and was making her brain, short out. I don't know.
We've got a system that is, unfortunately, I think, I'll have to double check that. I haven't checked it in a couple of years, is still voluntary. That doctors and pharmacists, all pharmacies, and any prescription that any person has, it all goes in a central database.
That's my
I don't care whether you're in California or you're in New Jersey.
Right.
If you go to a doctor in California and you get some drugs for this, you go to a doctor in New Jersey and you take a prescription, you go to the pharmacy there, guess what? It shows up. No, you got something over here that's not good. These two cannot mix. You've already got it. You got too much of this. You can't have. No, you can't have it. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Her children
Is it
were
working? I don't think so.
5 years of age, 3 years of age, and the youngest was 7 months. And of course, they're claiming insanity. But just watching her in court, Rayford, she got some issues. And the husband yesterday began testimony. And you want to talk about heartbreaking. He was more or less taking care of those kids and watching over her. But, he was there at the house. She asked him if he would go pick up some food that she had ordered. And during that time, that's when she did what she did. Could you imagine coming home and finding your children dead? He was in there trying to do CPR to all three of them while he was on the phone with 911, come quick. And not yet knowing his wife was laying out in the backyard where she jumped. It was just, it's such a crazy, it's tragic. It's heartbreaking, this story.
Well, they're still looking for, as of last night, up in Pitt County, a 27-year-old man. He's the guy that, what was it, Friday or something last week? Chased a woman into a store there in Greenville. He had a gun. He had already fired a couple of shots. Hadn't hit anyone. The woman went through the door and jumped the counter and hid in a back room. Some people in the store, I think there was a clerk and somebody else.
They showed the video.
They got control of the guy. They held him for a bit. Then he got away. He left his big, nice truck behind. Not sure why. And then, of course, it's been seized, towed, whatever. His name is Kanazizi.
Yeah, you
Johnson.
took it.
Johnson's his last name.
Thug.
He was, as of last night, still on the loose. They think he's probably still in the area. They've been checking wooded areas, all sorts of stuff. I mean, the guy's going to be eat up with bugs by now if he's hiding in the woods. I can tell you that. They got a large contingent of cops from across the county and probably outside the county, around Pitt County, looking for him. He's considered armed and dangerous. Well, yeah. He's got a gun and he fired several shots.
Yeah.
Several warrants are already on file. Authorities warn, if you see him, you know him, or whatever, do not assist him. Do not try to capture him. Do not try to talk him down. Let the pros take care of this situation. No need of you getting hurt, and you don't know what you're doing. Okay, you just don't know what you're doing. And don't go outside if you're in that area alone. He's got a gun. Call 911 if you see him. His photo is all over the media pages, the WITN, WCTI, and WNCT, and their other affiliate stations. Go ahead and look it up. Make a note of what he looks like. If you see him, he's very distinctive looking.
Yes.
If you see him, call 911. Don't wait till tomorrow. Call 911. Do not try to follow him. Call 911. Get a direction of travel and what he's wearing and let him know. Okay?
Well, I want to tell you, I saw the video. They actually showed it. I think it was on the news. And, man, how scary.
It would be scary.
Two of the people in the store, I think they the shopkeepers or whatever, they actually grabbed him and wrestled him down.
Yep.
And but he got away. But he actually chased that woman
Yes, he
into
did.
the room where she ran into to hide. And oh, how scary is that?
I want to tell you about a hero.
Oh, good. I want to hear a hero story.
In California, Santa Cruz, it's a beach in Santa Cruz.
Right.
A child, a kid.
Oh.
Ocean was rough, tsunami-like waves, they say. Swept the kid out to sea. They had a 16-year-old working as a lifeguard. Hey, they got lifeguards there who are teenagers. A 16-year-old.
Oh, wow.
He dove into the surf, carried out what witnesses are describing as the most heroic rescues ever seen. 16-year-old high school student.
Isn't
A
that
woman claimed to
awesome?
be the teenager's mother said on social media that the lifeguard's name is Ryder. The young child Ryder rescued is believed to be about 10 years old. He goes out into a rough, butted surf that would have killed this kid, no doubt,
Oh.
according to what they're saying, and dragged this kid ashore. They have video of it. Multiple beachgoers, along with the second lifeguard, trying to enter the water. Most of them were overwhelmed. Big waves engulfed everyone. I'm looking at the video now. No kidding, Dick Tracy. That's some rough water. And this 16-year-old put his arms around his child, 10 years old, and dragged him to shore. Really?
That's
Wave after wave after wave, knocking him down. He would do what you're supposed to do when your head is above the water. Take a deep breath of air, hold on to it,
right.
and then you are going to go back down again.
Right,
And every
right.
time he came up, he still had hold of the kid.
God bless him. Isn't that wonderful?
That is wonderful.
That is just awesome.
Pulled the boy onto shore. The child was reunited with his family and was evaluated by paramedics. He's okay.
That's a happy story. Hey, but it brings to mind, Rayford, wasn't there supposed to be something in the new Onslow County, the county budget?
Yeah, it's supposed to have some buoys or
Something for
tied up there, wherever.
beach
There and everywhere.
for swimmers
Yeah.
if they got caught. And
Well, somebody's
if
got
there's
to
a
get it
county
to them.
commissioner
Somebody's got to
listening-
get it to them.
Right,
That's the
right.
thing. So I don't
Right. There's some type
it's
of
the first step.
life-saving stuff. Yeah, of course.
You
it's the
just got to
first
make
step.
sure it's not going to be stolen. They have to put it out in the day in mornings and take it in the evenings.
Yeah, that's a
Because there are
shame.
idiots that will steal it.
That's a shame.
You know what? If you steal something like that and somebody gets
You should
hurt,
get life in
and
prison.
somebody gets hurt because of you,
Mm-hmm.
go to jail. Plus the civil suit that will haunt you for the rest of your
I
life,
agree.
hopefully.
I agree.
Well, I'm didn't mean to go off on a tangent, but anyway, that's a great story. This kid,
Wonderful. I was just reading a story about a dog that was in a cage and he got out of the cage about the time a big wind gust came along and picked up the cage and took it sailing. Smart doggy. Good for him.
I really wish our president would take a look see at this guy and bring him to the White House.
Yeah, he needs to go to the White House. He needs
If
to
anybody
get
deserves an
medal.
award,
yes.
and don't count on the governor of California doing it.
Well, you talking about awards? Good news. Major Capers has been invited to the North Carolina Senate
Oh, good.
either today or tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's taking place this week, but it was supposedly today or tomorrow when he was available to be honored by the North Carolina Senate
Oh,
and its members. So the House, White Gable already spoke in front of the House honoring Major Capers, but the Senate is hoping to have Major Capers in the chambers. So I hope that works out too. I mean, the man can't get enough.
no, it's way overdue. But I'm glad it's
and
not too late. Is all I can say.
I was thinking about that this morning when
but there are others. There are a lot of, we got them living in this county. We've got heroes living in this county that have not been recognized. And he's not the only
Absolutely.
one. I know,
But you know-
I know of two.
I was thinking, he's turning 84. And, you know, all these years to get the recognition that he deserved.
Well,
Well, we have another
that's
gentleman
behind us. So
that's going to
let's
be
move
with
forward.
us next year. I mean, next week.
Yep.
And he's a hero too. He was shot down as he was piloting his Air Force jet, whatever it was. Anyway,
It's fighter aerocraft.
there you go. And he's also a former North Carolina House representative. He's going to be with us next week to talk about
Yep.
his story. And we have we will have
With
the
the audio.
actual audio of when he was shot down
Yeah.
that we can play. But he'll be in next week, and I look forward to having him in. So
I wonder if he said all shucks by the time he got hit.
we'll know. It's on the audio. Oh no. Well, we want to talk about. You had a good feel good story, and I just mentioned we're going to have one next week. But big breaking news yesterday: Brian
What?
Kohlberger,
Oh, that idiot.
that fool. You know what his chances are getting a new trial? Slim to nothing, but it could happen.
Yeah. For you who don't remember, he's the idiot,
Mm-hmm.
and he pleaded guilty
Yes, he did.
to killing, what was it, 4 kids,
Right.
students.
4 college students at the University of Idaho, and he
He's-
publicly claimed that he
I did it.
that
I
he
did
did
it.
it.
Yeah.
Now he's claiming he's innocent and seeking to withdraw his guilty plea. He just can't handle prison. That's all.
Boy, I told you were going to suffer.
In a statement
gracious.
to the New York Times and in court filings, Kohlberger said his plea was based on false promises and blatant disinformation,
What did you do it or did you not do it?
And
That's
that
all
he
I wanna
was-
know.
convinced to falsely confess.
No, he didn't falsely confess. He confessed.
He alleges ineffective assistance of counsel during his original prosecution, being told to give
Standard
a
procedure.
false plea to avoid the death penalty, and being misled about the importance of proving his guilt. Now, you know,
I don't even know what that part means. Now, was he promised that he would not get the death penalty?
yes,
Yeah. And he hasn't been executed, right?
right.
So they kept the promise. Now, I don't know what
Right.
else he was promised, but it really doesn't matter.
Here's the legal context. While Kohlberger waived many appeal rights in his plea deal, the U.S. Supreme Court's case, Garza versus Idaho in 2019, affirmed that the defendants can still appeal on certain Sixth Amendment grounds, such as ineffective assistance of counsel. So that's what he's trying to say. His original counsel was ineffective. Well, you know what?
Let me ask you this. If they agree to a new trial, is the death penalty on the table? That's all I want to know. If it's on the table, I say let's go for it.
Well, you know who I feel bad for?
'Cause I never,
The families.
I would not have agreed to that.
The
that
families,
plea.
if he is given a new trial, which is low probability, but it can
I
happen,
think they ought to turn him loose and let everybody know what time and date,
for the family having to go through all that again.
when they're going to turn him loose, and what gate they're going to turn him loose out of,
Well, you know, he
and
was
where his
like
car will be parked.
diagnosed with 4 mental disorders.
Well, there's a
And-
way to cure that.
Yeah, like the woman in Massachusetts that was under 13 different drugs. Good golly.
Some dude up there in Toronto, that peaceful group of people that love donuts,
Mm-hmm.
he opened fire at the U.S. consulate Mondays. Marking the
Yes.
second time this year someone is shot at that building.
That's
They
dumb.
found a bullet, a shell casing at the scene, indicating probability that it was a semi-automatic gun that was used. And they found damage to the building's facade. Is that facade? Isn't that just a fake front or something?
Yes, the outside, yes, yeah.
I know a lot of those in California, right? Fake
Speaking of facades,
facades.
Speaking of facades, Court Street opened back up last week. Have you been down it yet to look at the new brick road? Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. It's concrete. That's what brick is, concrete. It's painted concrete.
There you go.
How many people have even talked about it since it was done?
Nobody.
Well, they sure talked about it as it went up, didn't they? And
Peaceful Canada, also at a street fair festival there, street festival. 2 people were shot dead. Multiple other people were wounded when gunfire in Toronto. Everybody keeps talking about other places not having any issues. Toronto's deputy police chief said there was a high-speed chase after the shooting that lasted an hour. No arrest was made. And the chief said, we're going to find him. We're going to keep looking. Good luck.
talk about looking, keep looking. Good Lord, we have a huge great white shark that's heading for our coast, Steve.
Yay.
1,700 pounds, 13 feet long, called the Contender.
Who measured him? Who weighed him?
It was last tagged in January 2026 off the coast of Georgia. Its last confirmed location came in April when it was swimming near Pamlico Sound in North Carolina. And then it was detected again on July 10th. But they weren't able to pinpoint its exact location, but they said that it's remaining in the deep water, but they believe that it's heading for a popular beach along the East Coast.
Where it can feed in shallow waters.
If you see anybody standing on the beach with their hand on their head like this, that means get out of the water. Shark, get out.
That's what divers do underwater. That's a sign for a shark when we see something.
Well, look, all you have to do is look my way and I'm out.
Hey, Steve. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys.
You ever get can you play the theme from Jaws?
Dun, dun. We really need
that made me think of something funny. This past weekend, my wife's family from the West Virginia mountains came down here to the beach.
Yeah.
And one of them in particular didn't want to go in the water because they pulled up online and you could see that there was a great white off the shore.
How far offshore?
I laughed when they said that. I said, just one? Do you think there's just one out there? I said, that's just the one they were able to catch and tag, man.
I know they were within 500 miles. New things.
I told the story before when I was doing aerial photography over Southport area, shooting around Old Baldy. There's some shallows there in the Cape Fear River, but some shallow water there. We're talking about a few feet deep. And I got in one frame because I shot it. I've got to find that negative. I got in one frame 7 sharks in this shallows in just a few feet of water in this one shot that I took straight down. There are sharks everywhere, people. Mm-hmm. If there's water up in the New River, there are bull sharks from time to time. Mm-hmm. They will come into fresh water. Duh.
Well, you know, I go out there to the boat pier all the time, and they got the fish cleaning station out there towards the end.
You mean that's where they chum for sharks?
That's the chum station.
Yep.
You know, because the drain just drains right down into the water underneath the pier right there.
Yep.
And I've seen all kinds of sharks out there. The spinners are the really coolest ones to me.
You ever seen them go up, do their spinning routine?
I have. There was 5 of them out there one day, and they were where they were cleaning those fish. It was blowing the blood out from underneath to the side. Yeah. And they were coming up through that blood pool, just spinning, jumping straight out the water, one right after the other.
My buddy used to fish a lot, and he liked to shark fish. And in the evenings, after everybody left the waters, he would go down near the pier at Curie Beach, just on the south side, and he'd put out 2 or 3 fishing poles. I got video of him doing this because I was shooting him doing a shark fishing TV episode. So I got it, and one of the poles goes, and the one that I had the camera set up and locked in on, believe it or not, that's the one that the shark hit, bit the pole over. He goes over and grabs the pole. For an hour and 10 minutes, he fought this shark. This shark was a spinner shark. It came straight up and did the spinning routine. I don't know how that hook stayed in him. I couldn't understand it at the time, but Andy, I mean, he had the right gear for it. and he was a pretty healthy guy. He fought that shark down the beach. We were down the beach probably a half mile when he finally got him up on the beach and beached him. Goes over, manages to cut the hook because the hook will rust. He did not use stainless hooks. He cut the hook really quickly, and the shark, about 6 feet long, 5 to 6 feet long, tries to turn around on him, completely around, and he jumped straight up in the air, took a little few steps in the air. I've seen people talk about jumping up and walking in thin air. He did. It was funny to me. And of course, he was laughing when he got through with it. But so anyway, that made a great episode. I'd never seen a spinner shark before, but that was interesting.
Yeah, they are definitely interesting to watch, man. They get they come way out the water. It's surprising how high they can get out that water.
Yeah.
One of the coolest things I ever seen. I didn't have a camera and couldn't get to. I wish I could have caught it, but I was out there one day and there was waves, probably about 4 or 5 foot. Yeah, nice glassy face on the wave, and there was a shark out there, and you could see he was in the wave, and as the wave crested, you could see the shark's face in the wave as he was swimming along with the wave. And that was pretty neat. At the same time, there was a kingbray out there, and it was so big. It stayed around the pier for about 3 days.
Wow!
But it was so big, it could not go between the pylons on the pier. It had to go down and around the pier and back up and down around the pier and back up.
That's a good wingspan.
It was huge. It looked like an alien. It would be down at the bottom. It would go all the way to the bottom, and then it would slowly come back up to the top, and you would see it like a pier in the water, and it had a good, at least a 10-foot wingspan on it.
My God, that's a.
I ain't never seen one in the wild that big. I've only seen them in aquariums that big. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, interesting. Yeah. What else is going on?
Not a whole lot, man. I got thinking after we talked yesterday, and I could tell that you were tired of talking about 2020, and I don't blame you. You know.
Yeah.
I wish it was settled too. I wish it was something we just, it was done over and we moved on with. Unfortunately, Donald Trump made it the cornerstone of his primetime address just a little under 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so the big question is going to be, is he going to try and put his thumb on the scale in this election coming up, like he tried to put his thumb on the scale in 2020?
Putting a thumb on the scale means taking an illegal action, right?
Well, the first thing that popped out in my head is calling Brad Raffensperger in Georgia and trying to pressure him into finding 11,780 votes. Just change it, That's what I consider putting thumb on the scale is, trying to get people to just change the votes because that's how he feels.
Mm-hmm.
That's my concern, is that we're getting ready to go through it all again. Because that's his go-to. That's his nature, But I was going to say, if you're upset with this being in the conversation again, I am too. I'm with you on that. But the person to blame is the person who put it right back in the middle of everything.
You know how you deal with somebody like that? You ignore them because there's nothing they're going to do. All eyes are going to be on him. You know that. All eyes are going to be on the Republicans to make sure that nothing happens there. The Republicans are going to be having all eyes on the Democrats to make sure nothing happens there is wrong. And then there's going to be you and me and the other people who don't have a party. We're going to be we're going to decide who's going to be whatever. Y'all can fight it out all you want, but then you and I are going to make that decision.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, but when it happened the last time,
mm-hmm.
Something happened on January 6th that nobody expected.
Yeah, well,
nobody prepared for it. Nobody could have predicted it. And I'm concerned that we will run into something unforeseen again.
Okay, well,
if we allow him to do the same thing again.
Then you predicted it, and I don't see it ever happening again. I don't see it happening, not in our lifetime anyway.
I don't know that same thing will happen, but I don't know that they ain't going to try and be the disruptor. And that was I believe, the ultimate goal of that whole thing.
How did that work out for them?
They weren't. didn't work out real well, but he's president again, so some people might argue that, maybe it did work out.
Well,
There's an argument to be made on both sides of that, I believe.
well, he was elected president. He was duly elected president in 2024. He is the president of the United States. Done.
Right. Yeah, and I get that. I really don't think anybody's tried to dispute that, oddly enough. You think it would be, the same kind of rhetoric coming from the other side, but not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I say, it's he made it relevant. He made it, something that's in the conversation again today.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there who don't want it to be settled. They want to keep saying that there was something there that they,
they can say it all they want.
Well,
It's nothing that can let them talk.
And
You know what?
if that's where,
It's
right,
a
if that's
waste.
where they stop,
It's a waste of their time.
if that's where they stop, then fine. That let them say what they're going to say. But when it's the person who holds the highest office in the land is the one that's saying it, that concerns me. That person holds their words hold power, even if you want to ignore it. Everybody's not going to ignore it.
Well, that's up to everybody else. I can't control them. And guess what, Steve?
No,
Neither can you.
no, I can't. But we can be better prepared than we were before.
I was prepared then. Nobody came and bothered me.
The Capitol Police weren't prepared.
I can't control them.
Yeah, I can't either. But we can definitely make our voices heard.
If they make it to Jacksonville, then I will deal with it.
Yeah. But and also, I remember you saying a couple weeks ago that if that's what Trump came out and said, that you were going to be boiling mad. And now you just want to forget about it.
Hold on. If Trump said what? Refresh me.
If he brought up the 2020 election again.
Yeah, when he said that, when he brought it up, I became incensed at that time. I still am. Why? Because you wasted a bunch of damn TV time. Mine.
Yeah.
The bottom line it's a waste of I didn't watch it, but it was a waste of energy. It was a waste of valuable TV time. Go away. Leave it alone.
Yes, sir.
And if I had him here, you don't think I would tell him the same thing? Absolutely. What's he going to do?
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to hear was your frustration to be directed at the person that orchestrated it.
Well, he did. He brought it up, and I did not make him, and nobody else did either. So yes, I'm frustrated with him, but he's the president. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. He can say what he wants to say.
Right.
So can I.
I think it goes a long way at mending fences if we can all agree that,
good luck.
That he needs to stop this.
Good luck.
That's kind of where I think the divide is that people like me say he needs to stop. And then other people say, no, we just need to ignore it.
Go up there and call him and tell him he needs to stop it.
That's two very different trains of thought there.
Yeah, well, it is. But what are you're going to have as much impact about what you want to do as I'm going to have by sitting here saying I'm just going to ignore it. The end result's going to be the same. Right?
Yeah.
So
I tell you,
I'm going to do something positive. I'm going to go fishing or something.
Yeah. I tell you, every day I am just baffled to no end how my southern brethren and sisters were taken in by a slick-talking con man from New York City.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never put those two together.
You're talking about
I would never put that on my game card. That a bunch of southern boys and girls were going to follow a Yankee con artist from New York City.
I would rather have him today than to have Kamala Harris there or Joe Biden.
I ain't telling you to vote for Democrats. I'm saying we need to pick better Republicans.
I'm not even saying that, but I'm just saying today I would vote for him over Kamala Harris or Joe Biden. Today, knowing everything I know, if that was my only choices, I would vote for him.
I get that, but then I have to ask the question: picking the lesser of two evils, where has that led us?
We do it all the time.
We do. I agree. But
we have no choice.
I agree. But to me, the easy answer is we need better candidates.
Well, it's
maybe
your
on both
fault.
sides.
It is your fault and my fault we don't have better candidates. Why do I say that? Because we're not a member of a party. And the only people that are going to be elected is either a Republican or a Democrat. So we're not going to help them unless we decide in the primary to vote in that particular primary.
Well, there's honestly, I think it's bigger than that because, you know, it also depends on where the money goes.
Well, I don't have anybody. Mine goes and stays in my pocket the best I can do.
I know, but corporate money, which candidate the corporate money goes to,
Well, good
has
luck
a big impact.
Good luck on that one. Call them and tell
I
them.
agree. I'm just pointing out, you know, where there might be issues. I ain't saying that we can fix it, but, you know, I'm just pointing out the holes in the boat where the water's coming in.
Yeah.
But it seems like that, you know, that might be part of the problem. But anyway, like I say, this is a huge problem. We could go around forever and ever and ever.
And not solve a thing.
And not solve a thing.
Okay.
Other than to say, hey, man, we all agree that he needs to let that go.
Good luck.
You know, I agree.
And all the people driving up Interstate 40 need to slow down.
True.
What are you going to do about it? Nothing unless you get yourself a highway patrol uniform.
Well, you know, there's an argument to be made that, you know, if you just don't do anything that seems impossible, nothing ever gets done. You know, you have to face things that you think that you can accomplish. Sometimes you do accomplish it.
Okay. Well,
You know?
let me know how it works out.
I get it. I
right.
don't think either one of us going to see it, but I got to hope.
Thank you.
Later.
Bye.
I do want to say something
Yes.
in response to all that, but let's do it after weather. I want to go to weather. Let's talk weather.
Weather. Got a little low pressure going on. It's a system moving in. It's right ahead of a strong low. That low is going to have a cold front attached to it. And it will slip through here later today. What's the temperature now? It's up to 74 degrees. It was 69 here earlier this morning.
Yes.
That felt nice. Had a window open. High pressure will move back in on Wednesday with a reduced risk of thunderstorms. That will be good. Out to 60 nautical miles in the big old ocean out there. Southwesterly winds of 5 to 10 knots this morning. Be careful. Don't go out there 60 miles and expect it to be calm, because by the time you get there, you're going to have 50 to 20 knot winds. That's going to be stirring up that ocean. Seas this morning close in 2 to 3. Wednesday, tomorrow, westerly winds 20 to 25, diminishing to 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Seas 4 to 6. A chance of thunderstorms, showers mainly in the morning. Northwesterly winds on Thursday 5 to 10. Seas 3 to 4. Save it till Thursday.
Okay, today, partly sunny with a high near 93. Light southwest wind increasing 6 to 11 miles per hour with wind could gust as high as 21. Trying to read too fast. Tonight, excuse me, scattered strong to severe thunderstorms will be possible late this afternoon and tonight ahead of a cold front. Damaging wind gusts are expected to be the primary hazard, with a few tornadoes, hail, and locally heavy rain is possible with a low of 73. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 91, and Thursday, sunny with a high near 90. Now, I do want to go back.
Response. Do it.
And you know, response to Steve's call. First of all, Trump is Trump, and he's always going to claim it. And I'm trying to get past it. But I looked up on Wikipedia, and I put the links in the comments on both YouTube and Facebook about list of cases of electoral fraud in the United States. And this dates back to the 1780s on up. And, you know, I do believe there is fraud, case by case. And I don't know if you remember this. I remember some of this. Let me go right back up to where it was. It was 2018. And it was North Carolina. In the 2018 United States
Bladen County
House of Representatives elections in North Carolina, there was a fraudulent ballot harvesting scheme undertaken by McCrae Dallas.
Yes.
A
Remember that?
campaign operative working for the Republican congressional candidate Mark Harris in North Carolina's 9th congressional district. Mark Harris initially won the Republican primary by 905 votes, but multiple inconsistencies, only 19% of ballot requesters were registered Republicans, for an example, but 61% of absentee voters selected Harris. Incredible reports from workers hired by Dallas led to an investigation. Refusal by the North Carolina Board of Elections to certify Harris, and a new election in which Harris did not participate, and the arrest of Dallas and several other Republican Party operatives for ballot harvesting and ballot tampering. And if you click on this link, there's case after case after case of ballot fraud. And it's really interesting to read all of it, but
Somebody,
yeah,
if anybody,
it happens. It does happen.
if anybody says there's no fraud, well, I'll give them some cases. We haven't found fraud. Have we found any fraud in Onslow County?
Not that I'm aware
Okay,
of.
we're not aware of it. If there
I'm
was
not
any,
aware of, right.
but let's just say,
Mhm.
do you think even if we have not found any, maybe we weren't looking for any? Maybe there is voter fraud there. Maybe there's not been a complaint about voter fraud or potential voter fraud, so there's been no investigation. Generally, that's the way it works, unless there's something obvious that shows up, right?
Right.
But it's kind of like, let me go back to I-40 for just a second. Do you think there's any speeding going on I-40? Let me just do this. Let's just say nobody gets a ticket today between Kenansville, what was it?
903 and Magnolia.
Magnolia
Right.
and I-95.
Right.
Suppose nobody gets a ticket up there today. Do you think anybody is speeding?
Oh,
Do you
surely
think anybody is driving the
not.
speed limit? Let's just put it that way.
Is anybody driving this? That's the better question.
It's easier to answer.
Yes. No. Some.
Do you think they're running in excess of 10 miles an hour over the posted speed limit?
I see it every time I travel
Okay,
that
do you
way.
think that on the bypass out here in US 17 bypass around Jacksonville, do you think this afternoon between 4:30 and 6 o'clock, there are cars that are going to be passing you with the drivers who are running in excess of the posted speed limit?
For sure.
Just because they don't get a ticket or get stopped doesn't mean it's not happening,
That's right.
right? They just didn't get caught.
That's right.
They don't have enough police out there. There are not enough people to check the voting records, to check all of the ballots, to check everything that happens. Election process. You have to do it in advance. Do anything you can to ensure that it can't happen.
Right.
But there will be ways, as long as you've got computers and you've got individuals involved, there will be ways that people will try, and some of them are going to succeed. In the case of Donald Trump in 2020, has there been enough? There have been fraud cases reported, and
Yes, there's been.
found.
And it's been found, yes.
But again, was there enough to even change the election in 2020? Nobody has shown that there was. Nobody has come up with enough ballots, even the questionable ones,
Right.
to prove that there was enough fraud to change the outcome of the election. So that's a given.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if somebody comes up and they find 2 billion ballots hanging around out there somewhere, the attempt to commit fraud is also illegal. That's an illegal act. If whoever the Board of Elections had in Georgia, whatever, if they had gone through and they had found or manufactured or it was even seriously looking at manufacturing fraudulent votes,
Right.
I am reasonably sure that post 2020 election, there was a Democrat in office. His name was Joe somebody. And the whole board of the federal government worked for Joe somebody. Do you not think that Joe somebody, because they went after Trump anyway for everything else, right? They went back down to Mar-a-Lago with the FBI with a bunch of warrants, right? Do you not think that they would have gone through and prosecuted somebody for attempting, which would have included the former president at that time, for attempting to change the outcome? if they had found enough evidence, not suspicion, not words, but evidence.
Well, Rayford, I just wonder, had it been another president, say it had been Joe Biden and he lost, and so he made all the accusations about a bunch of voter fraud, would people be more susceptible to believing him over Trump, or is it because Trump is Trump?
Do you think that LBJ, because John Kennedy, who was in a separate car,
Right.
and LBJ following, do you think in Dallas, Texas, where LBJ was from Texas, as the vice president, who would love to be president, do you think he had anything at all to do with the assassination of John Kennedy? There was speculation at the time.
There's always
okay?
speculation on everything.
The speculation, as far as speculation, is like barroom talk.
Right.
A bunch of drunks getting together. That's
Okay.
basically what speculation amounts to, right?
Right. Well,
So you can say or do or hear or think look at the investigations in that stupid case. Sorry. You got the guy, you got his fingerprints
Right.
on the gun. He pulled the trigger 3 times.
that's just like the Charlie Kirk case. They've got the shooter, they've got his fingerprints, they have all the evidence, they have the weapon, they have the confession he left for his boyfriend. They have everything, but speculators.
And
Ridiculous.
And in the Kennedy killing, you've also
Yes.
got, don't forget that police officer that
Yeah.
went into the theater because a suspicious person went into the theater when they were looking for the shooter, and he confronts and gets killed
Right.
by Mr. What's his name,
Right.
the dead man.
Yes. Yeah, it's just, and getting back, here's a good example. In the 1844 United States presidential election in Louisiana, Democrat James Polk won over Whig Henry Clay by 699 votes. All right, the victory was due to Polk's fraudulent 990 vote margin in Plaguemines Parish, where he obtained 1,007 votes compared to just 17 for Clay. But there were only 538 total eligible voters in that parish, and only 250 people voted in the 1840 election. So, in other words,
There was fraud.
there was fraud. And if you
Do we
read,
have any of that we have seen? Yes.
well, yes. Was it to the extent? I don't know. They put all the information out on whitehouse.gov, but it's all redacted. What do you get from it? Nothing.
Nothing.
And here's the 1857 Minnesota gubernatorial election was won by the Minnesota Democratic Party, utilizing falsified results supplied by the party-owned Dakota Land Company. I mean, it goes on.
Trump's been in office now for 2 years, 2+ years.
Yes.
He's in charge of the U.S. attorney. Okay, basically
Right.
because he can fire him. The U.S. attorney, if there was anything to that stuff that has been put out on White House doc, whatever,
Yeah.
if there was anything, even in the redacted information there, that would not be redacted to the U.S. attorney or the FBI, do you not think that something would have been coming out of that?
Yeah, and 20
So
years
Trump,
from now.
Trump is just full of baloney. If he does not have the information, he's full of baloney.
Yeah, right. 2002, 2004,
Just
2006.
already wasted more of my breath. I'm just
8 prominent Clay County, Kentucky politicians were involved in a scheme to gain control of the local board of elections and fix election outcomes. The group notably included a former U.S. Circuit judge and a former county school superintendent. I mean, this goes on. You click on the link, you guys. You have to read it. It's just crazy.
Meanwhile, all of this is nothing but a smokescreen that we're doing to ourselves because we got a whole lot more fish to fry, and we got problems. We're on the verge of dropping nuclear devices into a country. We're on the verge of,
Right.
if we don't, that possibility is that they will be bringing some nuclear devices in little suitcases into this country.
Right.
Trump is again threatening to go, this time going into Pickaxe Mountain. Do you know what Pickaxe Mountain is? It's a nuclear facility. It's where they were putting together, and probably still are, deep underground now, because they moved it, because they had plenty of time since 2015 to put this thing really deep, this factory, if you want to call it. It's under some rock, thought to be somewhere they're calling it meters, about 100 yards or so, the length of a football field, a hunk of rock is hiding down there. Our bunker buster bombs will not penetrate it. We would like to destroy it. We can close the entrance. We can trap people inside who are there. They've got equipment to dig it out. They'll open it up again. I mean, they've done all sorts of things to the stuff that we've blown up. I mean, they have resurrected these boats that we blew up back in March. Didn't blow them up. We just damaged them. And those boats are put back into service. They can do that. We do it. They do it. But the problem is, how are we going to get into that thing, that nuclear facility? We're just going to go continue regular bombing? No, we're going to have to get something to go into that facility, or something so extravagant like a nuclear device, which I really, really hope doesn't happen. Iran is just one country, but its borders are very small. I mean, they're not a big place. There are a lot of other countries surrounding it. When radioactive stuff goes up into the air, the wind blows it from here to there. Do you remember Mount St. Helens in Seattle? When it went boom, boom? It erupted. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, we had ash falling in North Carolina, right, from that event. 3,000 miles away.
God, I don't remember that, but
gosh. Yes. We've had ash that was from here showing up in other states from forest fires. Mm-hmm. It happens. It gets up there and it goes wherever and then comes tumbling down.
Well, look at the wildfires in Canada recently, and people in New York and other areas up there couldn't go outside.
Yeah, I mean, the radiation is bad. We don't want it. I hope we don't have to use it. It should be in our possession only as a deterrent, so that everybody, like Russia, understands that if you drop something here, we're going to drop something there, and it's going to end the world. Civilization as we know it today will cease to exist, because everybody will start exploding these bombs. We will disappear. I don't like nuclear stuff.
I don't either.
No, it's turn that dirt into glass is a great thing to say, but you have to heat it up to the point that it will become glass, and the only way to do that is with nuclear explosions. No. Oh. Now, what are we going to do, though? We can't let this thing just lie there. We're going to have to get in it, and it's going to take ground troops. It's going to take boots on the ground to get in there to set some charges underground, set it inside the facility, and let it blow up from within. You can't go in from the outside. I don't think. They might try it. It's going to take a big bomb to do it, though. Something that's going to penetrate, and I don't think that we've got anything. Not from what they've told me, but what I've been told, what we've been told. So, anyway. Okay.
Well, another one of our finest was arrested on multiple felony drug charges by the Onslow County Sheriff's Office.
Somebody we know?
He was arrested on July 24th. His name is Sean Lewis Kirby of Sneeze Ferry, 49 years of age. And he was charged. Two counts of trafficking in fentanyl, possession with intent to manufacture, sell, or deliver fentanyl, manufacturer of fentanyl, maintaining a vehicle, dwelling or place for a controlled substance.
That means
Simple.
they could seize it if convicted of
Mhm.
it.
Simple possession of a Schedule 3 controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. And he was booked and is being held at the
Without bond.
Onslow County Detention Center without bond.
Okay, let me do my normal thing, okay? Give me just a second here.
Dumb, dumb.
Do.
Oh, wait, I gotta go back and get his name.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
no.
Kirby was the last name, right?
Yeah, Sean, Sean.
Okay.
Sean Lewis, Lewis.
Sean
Sean, correct.
and Kirby, right?
Kirby. Common
How
spelling.
old? 49.
49. Sneeze Ferry.
Gender is going to be male, and is he
Good. We got
white, black,
another.
pink, or yellow?
He's white. I would say he's Caucasian. Caucasian.
He's white.
Did a little bit of sunburn. Or was that embarrassment on his mugshot?
He's got no criminal history in North Carolina. Convictions.
Well,
He's living in Sneeze Ferry now. That's
Rayford, here's another one. This is out of Carteret County. It was just
Cattrick
arrested.
County. Good old Cattrick County.
This was posted this morning. He's Carteret County man is facing felony child sex
what
exploitation
is wrong with you?
charges. He was arrested yesterday. Is yesterday 20? Yes.
I can understand you wanted to sell drugs. You're in it to make money. Okay, I got that. What is it with you perverts?
Here it is
Go
right
ahead.
now. He was charged with second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor, which is a Class E felony. Third-degree sexual exploitation of a minor, a Class H felony.
When do we get to the beating time?
You know what? It's
We
just
need to have a caning felony.
I do every day we're reading
last
this
name?
stuff. What was this? Oh my gosh. Cox, C-O-X.
First name is
Charles. He's Caucasian.
how old?
He looks to be maybe in his 40s.
Yeah, you don't know
Doesn't
that?
give
Oh my goodness gracious! What's his middle name?
Chaz. Matthew.
Oh,
There's a lot of Coxes there.
There's one is 46. He's W. I mean, he's a M middle name.
W.M.
Let me just check and see what his
These
real middle
cheap
name
election
is.
pins.
Charles Michael Cox.
Yes. No, what did I say? Charles Matthew.
Matthew Cox.
Matthew.
Dang it.
336.
That one was not the one anyway.
6.
So Charles Matthew Cox.
Charles Matthew Cox, all common spelling with it. Carteret
And
County.
he's, well, those guys don't necessarily have a record because they kind of,
They ain't got caught yet. Well, every day we're reading news stories. Every day.
there are two Charles Michael Coxes in the prison system.
Yeah, well, okay.
But they get confused a lot. Okay, he has no criminal history in North Carolina under that name.
Okay. He does now.
Oh, well, he will. He hasn't been convicted yet.
That's true, but he does now.
Okay, that's the. Go ahead. I don't care if you go and go whatever. Look at male or being females or males or whatever you want to do. That's up to you. If you want to look at anything, I don't care. It's up to you. But kids, no. If it's under 18, no. If you're a 50-year-old and it's under 40, no. That's my opinion. But folks, you don't get sick and stupid. And if you get out there and you're trafficking in it, and that means if you even send it by email to somebody else, dude, text message, dude, they can tear you apart for that, and they should. The problem is, I keep reading about all of these people, but how many of them are convicted of the crimes that they're charged with?
Oh, well, now this.
That's the part that's irritating. When's our judge coming in?
Now a call from DC. I don't know who it is, but I can't.
I'll take it
Somebody
for
call
you.
me before 9 o'clock.
You going to take it for you?
No, I know who it is.
Oh.
I'll call him back. That's all.
Well, I'd like to talk to him for you. I can talk to him.
The Hubert Fire Department is having a blood drive on Thursday.
Okay.
In the education room, it says Thursday, July 30th, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
July what?
July 30th.
30th.
That's yeah. Wait, this is July. They're encouraging residents to donate blood as officials are warning of a critical blood shortage.
We get into that, and we also have a holiday coming up. We do have Labor Day coming up, and
Right.
around Labor Day during the summer there are wrecks, and there are people that do a lot of silly things, and people get hurt, and people need blood.
right.
And we are in North Carolina, for whatever reason, we have been in a sort of a blood shortage for quite some time. There are blood drives. It's great to have the hospital doing it. I know Carteret Community College has done it on a regular basis. I still get notifications from them. I used to go over there all the time, so it was kind of easy for me. But there are plenty of places. The Red Cross, call them and ask them if they got a blood drive going, or where can you go give some blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know Royce had posted something last week, or he had given blood again.
Mhm.
He said he's given over a gallon.
Oh, wow.
It's very nice.
I've still got somewhere, I think maybe I took it out of my wallet, but I have a card that said I've got the absolute smartest blood there is.
What do you have?
A plus.
Oh my God.
It says A, and then it's got a plus beside it.
O positive.
Mine says
Mine
A.
is
Mine
mine
says
is
A plus.
Oh wow.
It's perfect. Can't get
Okay.
better than A plus, can you?
Well, you better just hope that wherever you go and you need it, they have it. Well, mine is O positive.
Well, I was thinking
Excuse
about
me.
who I can give it to, and they
Is,
like it when I come in.
Well, what is this? Oh, that's a week ago. Why y'all change your headlines for? Anyway.
She's talking to herself again.
No, it's just like a city of Jacksonville prepares for potential flooding. Anticipates strong thunderstorms in inland Onslow and
It's a
coastal
little late for
Onslow
that
Tuesday
one.
afternoon. That was a week ago. That was Raleigh News. And they're talking about last week. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, all right. Now he left you to leave me a message. He did. Okay. And then I have another. Anyway. Okay. It's all good. Oh, well, you know what? Let's
Oh,
go
my.
back. Let's go back to sharks again.
Here's Monica.
Huh?
Her farewell to Senator Graham.
That's an AI photo of Monica. That is not her.
It
that-
says it's her.
It's fake
How do you know?
because that's not her.
That's the question for you today. How do you know
Here we
what
go.
is fake and what isn't fake? The other question I have for you
Well, that
today
didn't
is,
work.
do you like salt on your watermelon?
Sometimes I eat it with salt, sometimes not. It just depends on what I'm looking for at the moment.
Mhm.
If it's a real sweet watermelon, sometimes sprinkle a little salt on there, and it's good. Same thing with cantaloupe.
Mhm.
But do you like to use salt on yours?
Pretty much, when I first bite into it, if it's sweet, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But if I ever put salt on it, that's the problem is then I kind of feel like I need salt on all of them. So I don't know. Well, there's Monica, the real pictures of it. These are not AIs here.
That is just no way her. Those are stage photos.
Well, they're all staged.
Get one of her going out to check her mail. I'm telling you, she won't look like that.
How many women who get up in the morning then go out to the mailbox to check their mail or go to the grocery store look like they do when they're in the house?
Those are all like model photos.
Well,
Those are all.
why else would you post it if you're in her business?
There's no.
If she-
Yeah, I mean,
See?
look right there. See that picture right
this
there?
one?
That's a high school picture.
That's a high school
Yeah, that
picture.
looks like her.
In high school.
Well, still, all those other photos that you're showing me,
They're glamour
they're all
shots. or
glamour shots.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yes.
because That one you showed, I was like,
Well, you know,
shit, I like
what, you know, if you want to get pictures that you were going to post on here or have posted, wouldn't you want to do that when you want to get the best ones you
I
could?
don't like pictures. Who is that?
Who?
I was
That's
like,
Bill
who is that
Clinton.
guy with her over there? That last right.
That one? Some dude that interviewed her.
Oh, I thought it was
I
Bill
don't know who he
Clinton.
is.
Wow. Oh gosh. Anyway, oh yeah. Yeah, Tom, we talked about that other
Who are you talking to? now?
Tom Austin. He said, did you see Frank Anthony Rivers was charged with 30 counts of second-degree sexual exploitation? Man, we talked about that yesterday. We mentioned him.
Mhm.
And he wants to know, did we mention that Onslow County is getting its own judicial district? We kind of touched on that. With a new budget for the North Carolina state, they were able to secure additional funding. And where we have district court judges that travel from Onslow to Sampson to Duplin and back to Onslow again, they're making a District 5A, which will stay just in Onslow. So you'll have judges that are assigned to District 5A. They don't leave Onslow, but yet the others that are still in District 6, they will still travel. So
You think
yeah, we
Mercedes?
talked about that last
You
week.
think Mercedes Benz is a cool car?
I think it's an overpriced car. I mean, I don't find any fascination with Mercedes or BMWs or Lexus. I like my truck better.
There's efforts in Congress to ban Mercedes from coming into the United States.
Why? Because they're made in China?
They're owned primarily by Chinese owners.
Do we have to go back through that again? I mean, most of our car parts come from China.
Our chips do.
Our chips,
Or
yes.
they did. I think we're getting away from that.
I hope so. I hope so. And then we'll have to bring that up. We'll talk about data centers too, but I want to get information on there. There's a big push now to protest against data centers being built.
What's
And
a
I know
data
there's
center?
a data center. It's like, how can I explain this? It's like we used to have a couple of them here in Jacksonville. They're big. It's a specialized facility that houses computing infrastructure to store, process, and manage large volumes of digital data. And there's people out protesting it, thinking that the fumes and the smoke and the air quality coming from these data centers is going to hurt us all. And these facilities are central to modern digital operations in clouding, enabling cloud computing, et cetera, AI, e-commerce, financial transactions and stuff. But
That stuff.
there is a lot of protest over it, and there's talk of building a big one right here in North Carolina. So it's the newest thing. They're really booming right now.
We're gonna have a lot of employment.
Yeah.
Is it going to come from North Carolina? Or they're going to bring their own in from somewhere else?
Well, no, I would imagine people in North Carolina that live around that area will have the opportunity to
Well, good.
move there. Yeah, but we'll have to get all the info on it. But I saw some paperwork where somebody at one of the towns that I went to go visit had all these papers against it saying it was going to harm the effects of our air quality, et cetera. And I'm like, goodness. But
Good old Zoran. You know who he is? Man Dammy,
yeah, man, Dammy.
New York City's mayor. He's been challenged. He's been going around and he says, genocide, all that is happening right now in Gaza, this genocide. Well, the Jewish community is not real happy with him comparing that to things like the Holocaust. So, a major Holocaust museum, well known, has invited him. Mr. Mayor, come on over here. Let me show you so you can truly understand, their words, what genocide looks like. He's catching a lot of grief from the Jewish community for repeatedly using the label Holocaust and genocide to describe what's going on in Gaza. United States Holocaust Memorial Council, the chairman there, Jeff Miller, he's the one who sent an invitation to him. Invited him to visit the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum in Washington if he truly wants to understand what genocide looks like. Dwight Eisenhower, as our general in World War II, once we got into where the concentration camps were, he was the smartest man out there. Forget about all the guns and everything else. He got
Right.
photographers over. He got the film crews. He got the still photographers. That's why we had the photographs that we have today. He said one day society is going to deny that this ever happened. And he's right. It didn't take long. We had people deny it right away, which is kind of like the people denying that we ever landed on the moon or ever went up there. We had people who had denied that this Holocaust was all a scam. It did not happen. The survivors of it. You ever met any of those? I met one lady, old lady, back in the 70s, I think it was. Did an interview with her. She had the tattoo. I know you got to go.
I've got to be. I was supposed to be on a call.
They're not calling you yet, are they?
No, I have to call in.
Oh, you got to call them. We'll go ahead and call them.
No, I'll wait till we get off air.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you're
All
trying.
right, guys, tomorrow we got Dr. Rose,
Hi. Yes.
and we'll be talking with her about whatever medical stuff we can come up with, and especially that relates to kitties.
All right.
And then later on this week, we got Chris Miller and another guest. Don't know who it is, but we'll have another guest.
Surprise.
You're live and local, real talk, where we are always awake, never woke, and
Never woke.
just don't call in now because Lee's going to be on the telephone. She's going to be busy. She's got things to do. Have a great rest of your day and a gooder tomorrow.